Well, a new survey from Habitat for Humanity finds that nearly 86% of GTA residents believe that owning a house has now become a luxury, especially as more Canadians are spending a growing part of their net income just for the roofs over their heads.
And let's take a closer look at what's taking shape with Pedro Barata, CEO of Habitat for Humanity Canada. Pedro, thanks so much for joining us. So what was the main thing that struck you about this study or report that you conducted?
Good morning. Yeah, as you mentioned, unfortunately, more than 80% of Canadians, including in the GTA, really see owning a home as being a luxury and increasingly out of reach. That's a challenge. Canadians are also looking at the actions from governments and consistently saying year over year, not enough is being done. And this is a real challenge in terms of how we see the role of home ownership in terms of providing stability, in terms of giving the next generation an opportunity to build a good life and build a family, and also shoring up the middle class. And what we're hearing consistently is that Canadians think that if you work hard, if you do the right things, then you should be able to own a home. And unfortunately, that's becoming more and more of an impossibility.
Yeah, Pedro, that was kind of the bargain or the sales pitch, as it were, growing up. You know, you go to school, finish, post-secondary, get a job, and you'll do okay if you're working hard. A lot of people don't feel that. But what I found interesting about your survey was that 82% of Canadians worry the housing crisis is impacting their overall health and well-being. How is that factoring in health and well-being into home ownership?
Well, indeed. These days, almost every day you hear about rising food bank rolls. And that's what happens downstream if you don't address the issues like affordable housing now and today. Because what it means is that people are worried about making their rent or their mortgage payment. It means that now more than 50% of Canadians are paying more than half of their income towards their rent or their mortgage. Mm-hmm. That claws into your food budget. It claws into your education budget. It also takes away your hope. And that's really corrosive in terms of building the hope and opportunity and optimism that I think is part of the bargain that you were mentioning before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Pedro, I don't know, the whole picture just, I picture a hamster running in a wheel and it's endless. And how do you break that cycle? Because if you're worried about your needs for food and sustenance, how can you possibly focus on a goal like housing, which used to seem attainable back in the day? So what needs to change, or what do people need to do in order to reverse this pattern that we're seeing is, short of winning the lottery?
Indeed. Canadians are working really, really hard, and they're feeling the pinch with inflation and cost of living, and they need supports. And so governments need to step up. We agree with the majority of Canadians to see that senior levels of government, federal, provincial governments, really need to be first in line in terms of doing more. And the solutions are at our fingertips. They're about tax relief for new builds. Mm-hmm. In particular, we are looking for relief on GST on new affordable home ownership builds, also reduction of fees, and programs, federal, provincial programs that really prioritize building new units, and especially affordable new units that provide that hope that affordable home ownership is something that can be within reach for the majority of Canadians.
Mm-hmm. Let's give some hope back to them, indeed. Okay, Pedro Barata, CEO of Habitat for Humanity Canada. Keep doing the great work you do over there, and appreciate you here sort of to help us understand these kind of startling numbers in your report this morning. Take care.
Thank you.